Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Tomorty Farms. Today is Sunday. I've started doing a lot of our bread baking on Sundays, so I thought I'd bring you guys along today. We're going to work on some sourdough baguettes. We're going to work on a sourdough bread. Very similar, but really good. And we're going to get these done today. And then I got to film ham dinner for week 5 of the pantry challenge. So let's get going making some sourdough. I have had to get Michael to grab me some eggs because we are right out of eggs and we can't be without eggs. So let's get making some sourdough baguettes and bread. We're going to start with the bread and then move right on to the baguettes. Alright guys, so I'm just putting 2 tablespoons of coffee creamer in here. Like I said, this is the sourdough bread. There's 500 grams of flour in there. I will have to finish kneading it myself. 2 tablespoons of Vital Wheat Gluten. You don't have the Vital Wheat Gluten, you don't need it. It just makes a softer dough. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we're going to give this a little zhuzh here. Once that's fine. Now I've already made a loaf of white bread, so that's what you're seeing on the pile. Move you guys up. Give this a little spin. And then we're going to add our sourdough to it as well. And some salt. And water, obviously. I will leave my recipe down below. Alright. So now I'm going to add my sourdough. And my sourdough is a rye flour sourdough. And after this, it needs to be fed again. Now I'm just going to put that down. It smells really good. I'm going to start adding a little bit of water and then I'll add the salt. And this is lukewarm water as well. For me, I'm finding with the sourdough, with, changing it from the rye to the all-purpose, and with our temperature fluctuation, I'm just adding the water now, because I'd end up with like 4 loaves of bread at the end of it, and that's not necessarily good for us, because then we eat it. I'm going to add the salt now, guys. 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm hoping I'm starting all this early enough so we can have sourdough bread to go with our ham dinner tonight. That should do it, guys. But we'll see. So guys, I'm just going to let this knead for about 10 minutes, and then I'll probably end up hand kneading it, but I'll bring you back when I'm all done. Alright guys, here's the bread. So we will finish this up in the morning. This will have to go in the fridge. Stay in there until tomorrow. Excuse me. So what I do is I put one layer of plastic wrap. Actually, I'll just grab my plastic wrap. My hands are a mess, guys, but it is what it is. So I grab my plastic wrap and I cover the dough like so. And I do this because a lot of times sourdough will dry out sitting in the fridge for that many hours. And this will just lift. It's fine. This is a greased bowl. It's just gentle on there. And then I take another piece like so. And then I just put it right in the fridge overnight. So hopefully, it's not very good lighting, guys, I'm sorry, but that's what I do for that. So I'm gonna go wash up, guys, get another 500 grams of flour going, and then we'll start the baguettes, and then I'll show you how I make it so that if I want the baguettes today, I'll show you how I get them done when I don't think about it, and then time gets away from me. But I'll show you how I do it. Alright, guys, so in my bowl, 500 grams of flour. We're going to put some water in it here in a second. Just going to take this dough hook off here. You guys can see a little bit better. My Vital Wheat Gluten and coffee creamer. Okay, so now I'm just going to add 2 cups of starter. And then I'll show you the... And I gotta feed my starter, which is awesome. Change the jugs. I do that like once a week. I have 3 starters on going right now. So, there's that. So, because I should have really done this last night, set it in the fridge, and then we started the baguettes. I'm going to put a tablespoon of yeast in there. That'll just give it enough time to get everything together. I do need to add some sugar. Fill that. I get mad at my family when they don't do it. And then we're going to add to this little jus. And then we're going to start adding some water. Here we go. We're going to start adding water. And you can see I've almost doubled the water I used in the first one. It's so weird. It is what it is. I'm going to give that time. I'm going to add my salt. And I didn't add any sugar to the other recipe. I just don't feel like the sourdough needs it. Scoot you guys up a little bit. Give that lots of time to incorporate. Sorry about that. I'm going to end up doing quite a bit of kneading by hand. I just pushed this poor mixer right to the limit. You want this sourdough to be a little bit wet. You don't want it completely out. Because I'm going to put some flour down on the counter, and then I'm going to knead it. So that'll be enough just to combine it. This is just the cheaty way of doing it. Alright, so I'm going to finish kneading this up, guys. Get it in the bowl for the 5-hour rise. And then I'll bring you back when we start cold. Alright guys, so here is our baguette dough. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create air pockets. So you're just going to want to grab from the lower part and pull it up. You will get a little bit mucky. Grab my flour here. So in a baguette you get all those real nice, you don't want to deflate it, you just want to kind of create an air pocket in there, and you want to pull from the bottom and pull up. Okay, and pull up. I kind of fell asleep too, so that's not always good. Kind of overdone it there. I should have been doing this about 20 minutes ago. That's okay. We'll still eat them. They'll still be good. Okay. Pull up. Spin your bowl. Oh man, our lighting is horrible, guys. And it's dark outside today. It's snowing again, so. Okay, pull up and pull up. So then you'll put your towel on top, and then you'll let it go again for another 20 minutes and do the same thing, and then we're going to roll out our baguettes. Alright guys, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my bowl. I got a little bit of flour on the counter. I'm just going to, at this moment you do not want to deflate it, okay? So, I'm just going to tip the bowl up. It's nice and warm. And I got a cookie sheet lined in parchment. I don't have a baguette roller or holder for the oven, so I just create one myself. I'm telling you guys, I'm missing running water in my kitchen. Let me tell you. Alright. So now, I'm just going to put a little more flour on my hands. And we're going to gently push this out. Just try to create because you don't want to break your air pockets. This isn't deflating, okay? So, forgot that. So we're just gently going to push this out. We're going to round up the edges here. You can see little tiny air pockets all the way in there. That's great. Right there, that's an air pocket. Right there. So that's perfect. Gently. My husband is not a big fan of homemade bread, but he does like this. He did actually enjoy this recipe quite a bit. He didn't mind me testing it. So I have my cookie sheet back here. Sorry guys, I'm in your way. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to gently cut them. Okay. They're rustic looking. That's for sure. My favorite thing in the whole wide world. And then just going to get in your way again. I'll show you in just a second. Now we're going to cut our second one. We'll get 3 out of here. And shape it a little bit. Okay, pick it up. And then this one, I'm just going to pull it over here. Roll it in the flour. Just a little bit. That flour will give you a really nice crust too. We're going to do an egg wash as well. Let me clean up the flour, guys. Move it off to the side. Okay. A little bit of noise. So we do need to move this one down a little bit. There we go. And then these will rise again for about another 30 minutes or so. It's going to depend on your house. I'm going to get my oven up to 400. So while that's preheating, just like so, guys. Alright, I'm going to stop playing with them. And once these rise, I will bring you back and we'll egg wash them. And maybe we'll throw a couple toppings on. Alright guys, here's the baguettes in my little jar here. Right here. I put it in a jar because I'll need it again tomorrow morning. And there's no sense in cracking extra eggs if you don't need to. I just put it in a jar, put it in the fridge. Pull it out when I do my other dough. So we're going to just gently give this a little paint here. Do have to put some score marks in this. So these will bake at about 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. Let's get some score marks in it. Now you don't want to deflate it, you just want to put your score marks in it. This one's really lopsided. Oh well. Like I said, guys, it's homemade. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be good, right? It's like my favorite saying. I deflated that one. Okay, so we just got some sesame seeds here. Michael will like that, I am sure. I could have toasted them, guys, but it'll be okay. Kodiak likes to eat these baguettes for breakfast. So I'm going to throw some everything bagel seasoning on that one. This is just Clubhouse. There we go. Just like so, guys. Alrighty. Gonna get this in the oven, 400 degrees, for about 20 minutes. 15-20 minutes. Alright guys, here are the baguettes. I'm just going to pop them to the back here. I'm going to put them on these racks right here. Let's hope and pray everything works out. Now you can put parchment in between the baguettes, but I wasn't feeling it today. And this one broke. That's alright. Oh man. Look at that. Now, I may put these back in the oven with the sides here, but Michael's not a huge crusty fan, but we'll see. And that's what the parchment in the middle prevents, so you don't have to put it back in the oven. Like, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful? I think that's gorgeous. Alright guys, when I get ready to cut these up tonight, I will probably put this one in. It seems very doughy to me, so I'll put it back in the oven. I have a ham in there. It can just sit in there and get all nice and toasty. You should have it really toasted all the way around, but like I said, we're not like huge perfectionists here. But if you had the baguette molds, this wouldn't happen. But anyways, I am going to get this one back in the oven for another 10 minutes. And then, but I'll see you guys at dinner. Alright guys, I'm going to cut this baguette here. You guys can see the inside. So you guys can see. There we go. Look at that. Alright. So now we're going to eat our dinner. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, we're going to finish up the sourdough. I've had it out all day. My cast iron is heated. My oven is at 400. I'm going to drop this in here. Okay. Now I'm going to take that egg mixture from yesterday for making the baguettes. And I'm just going to give it a light coat. I'm going to cover it with the lid for 20 minutes. And then I'm going to take the lid off for 10. Okay. I might trim this up a little bit, but I want to try to hurry and get that in the oven, back in the oven. Just like so. Right, I'm going to get my lid back on. I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then I'll bring you back when I'm pulling it out of the oven. Alright guys, here's the sourdough bread. I'm just going to move this out of the way and I'm going to pop it out here. Move that real hot pot out of the way because I'll probably end up burning myself. It's nice, crusty. I just want to show you the bottom. Look at that. It's nice and done. I'm going to put it on this rack. Right there. Sorry about that, guys. And that is the sourdough bread. I will cut it up for dinner, and I'll see you guys at dinner. Alright guys, I'm just getting supper ready. There is the inside. It's still fairly warm. I really shouldn't be cutting it, but we're going to get a few slices for supper. But there is the inside of the sourdough bread. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I will leave the recipe down in the description box for the baguettes. If you make them, let me know how they turn out. And don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys super soon. Bye.